go. Big yeah. Y'all know how they go, you know. All eyes on me. Oh, G. Roll up in the club. All eyes on me. All eyes on me.
So right now, Renzo TPN, innit? Yeah, shout out to Uncle Drummer TV. Stay locked in. Real things are happening right now.
Yes, people, it's cracking. Salute to everybody in the world, globally. It's Uncle Drummer.
Cool.
Yes, people, you know what it is. Yeah, so it's time to get serious. Time to have a real focused talk right now. We're going to talk on some subjects right now that is, you know, got London, England, UK, all over England in uproar right now. This crime rate for the children getting killed, I think they said it's something like 55 people have been murdered since the year started, which is higher than New York. You know, so it's just not a good look. It's just not a good look on all sides of the fence. So, you know, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So, some people out there is blaming the government. Some people say the government, you know, their cuts on this, police officers, this, that. You know, some people blame parents. Some people blame the system. You know, some people are blaming you. Some people are blaming me. What can I say? What I can say is this. What I think and feel is that everybody's to blame. Collectively, as a group, everybody's to blame. The system, the government, the police officers, the parents, the children. You know, because when we look at life back in the days, we always had crime, we always had people getting killed, but the level has turned up. And I think it's because time is moving very fast. People don't have patience no more. You know, things are happening much faster than they did years ago. So, what I would say to everybody is this. You can blame the government, you can blame the system. You know, I would never take the blame off of them and say that they're not responsible for certain things, because there's a lot of things that they are responsible for. But at the same time, it all starts on parenting. If you're a good parent, yeah, you could be in the worst situations, yeah, and make the best out of the worst situation. So you've got your child, you know you're working 3 jobs or 2 jobs to try and put food on the table. You leave your child with someone that's responsible, family member, i.e. a friend, and you secure that young person's security and their safety. But, you know, if you've got your kids playing out all times of night, your kids are playing out all times of night, you don't know where they are, you're ringing their phone, they're not answering, there's no rules, no regulations, after a while, you're talking on deaf ears, no one's going to listen to you. Your child doesn't have that fear for you, no. Your child doesn't have that respect for you. So, it's all about respect, yeah, and putting down some ground rules. That's what I think. So, I think, first of all, we have to start on the parenting first. And look, I'm not sitting down there like I'm no saint. I'm definitely not a saint when it comes to this parenting. But, like my parents and other people's parents have said, there isn't no rule book or no guidebook on raising children. Some people didn't get taught how to raise children, so they just do it how they do it. And I'm not saying that they're to blame or they're not to blame. I'm just saying that there is no rule book on raising your children. Everybody raises their children in different ways. So what we need to do is we need to start trying to be parents. Yeah? Don't be your child's friend. There's got to be a line. Some people are so friendly with their children, you can't tell your children nothing, because your children thinks that you lot are friends, you're on the same level. It shouldn't be like that. You have to be a parent, and that has to be your son or your daughter, and there has to be a line. When you say no go, it means no go. you have to have rules. You have to have rules. If there's no rules, the place is unruly. Anything can happen. Yeah, so you have to show your kid love. Because a lot of these kids out there doing their madness, it's because of lack of love. Maybe they never heard their mum and dad say, I love you, son, or I love you, my daughter. Give them a hug. You know, come and talk to me. I do it a lot. Sometimes I talk to my child and I'll be talking kind of like down to him, but then I have to catch myself and try and say, you know what, give him a chance, let him speak. Or, alright, what's your version, son? Alright, you tell me, you explain to me, son. Yeah, so you have to be a friend, but a different kind of friend. A friend that you can listen, like, dad's here for you or mum's here for you. I can listen to you, son. You can talk to me about anything. But you always have to remain that parent. Yeah? Give good advice. Always give good advice. Always try to listen to them. Because a lot of these kids out there that's carrying these knives and carrying these guns and going out there with a bag of madness, if you sit them down, most of them, I'm not saying all of them, it's not a general thing, but most of them, if you sit them down and you have a chat with them and find out what's really bothering them, it's lack of love, or someone wasn't listening, or, you know, they feel like they're alone, and that's why they go link up with these gangs. And when they go link up with the gangs now, the gangs is negative. So it's all going to go downhill from there. No one in that gang is going to rise to the top in anything positive. It's all negativity, and that's why the thing goes wrong. And these guys, they feel like, oh, that's my brethren, I'll die for my brother, right, I'll die for my brethren, I'll do this for my brethren, and that's my brother, and this and that. Okay. Is that your brother when your life is taken and your mum's at home crying? Is your brother actually ever going to check on your mum and say, Mum, I'm just checking on you and, you know, I'm trying to make sure you're right? Is that going to be your brother when it's funeral time and they got to pay for the coffin and they got to pay for the hall and they got to pay for the burial spot? What happens then? Because I've seen it when people die, and the people that was close to the person, they turn their back. So where's this brother thing and where's this friend thing? So when you're talking about brother and this and that, and that's your friend because you run up and down and you might have had a bit of beef with him or you might have done some crime with him, where's the brother when you get arrested, go to court, and both of you get remanded in custody and one of your mates starts talking on you? Where's the brother thing then? So people need to really kind of work out in their head what brother it is that you're talking about. And when a man says, that's my brother, is it your brother for a negative or a positive? Because I'd rather have a brother for a positive, a brother that says, don't do that, or try and do this, or try and give me some advice. Not the guy that's sitting down there bunning a bag of punk with you and running out there doing madness and always coming with negative energy and bad thoughts and bad ideas. That is not your brother. That is a demon. So, young people out there, my advice to you is, choose your friends carefully. Choose your friends carefully. Because when you're in that box, that funeral box, is that person really going to go out and try and give comfort to your family and try and help out with your funeral, or just be a friend? Is that person really going to be a friend? Not really going to be a friend. People die and people turn their backs on people's relatives and friends and family. Yeah, so that's one thing. Second thing is, gangs in society, people say, oh, gangs are negative and that word is just taboo. You can have a gang. You can have a good gang. You can have a church gang. You can have a singing gang. You can have a dancing gang. There's so much different positive gangs, but people focus on the negativity of linking up, grouping up and terrorising people and getting in beef and wars and boasting about it. Right now I'm hearing that there's a point system thing going on with the youths. Point system thing where if you stab someone you get a point. The more people you stab, whatever, there's point systems with everything. The more people you terrorise, the more your points go up. Who thought about making something like that? Could only be a demon. And if you're carrying out that type of work, yeah, if you're on a point system, yeah, you must be either stupid or you're a demon. You must be stupid. You must be stupid. And I see a lot of these youngsters nowadays, they get into gangs, trouble people, they shoot, they stab, they do everything. And when they get shot or killed, their mum says, or their dad says, or their friends say, oh, he didn't do anything. He was doing something. He was doing something. And that's what we got to be real about. You got to be real about the people that's out there in these gangs, terrorizing people's picnics, stabbing and killing and doing all type of madness, yeah? And then when it happens to them now, they want everybody to look at them like they're an angel. You're not an angel. It's clear to see you're not an angel. Your child is not an angel. Maybe you might think your child is an angel because you don't know your child, because you're scared of your child. You're not woman enough or man enough to go through your son's phone or go and search up his bedroom or sit him down and give him a good parenting talking to. So you can't do that. And you know what it is as well? This is what uproars people. When a person chooses to go to college or a person chooses to go to work, a young person I'm talking about, and then these gang people start terrorizing normal people. If you're in your gang, you know, and there's the next rivalry gang and you're doing your thing, no, half of the time we can't stop that because you've made up your mind already. You wanted to be in that gang. You want to go around terrorizing people and you want to be in beef and you want to be carrying a gun and you want to be carrying a knife. That's your own decision that you've made. You've made that decision. But why are you terrorizing people that have nothing to do with gangs, violence and crime? Why are you troubling normal people? What's normal people got to do with it? Why don't you just leave people alone? If you're out there troubling whoever you're troubling because of your gang situation, that's between you and your person in your gang situation. Why are you troubling normal people's kids for? Some of you gang people, you need to wake up, you know. You're going to need to wake up, you know, because you're not going to smell the coffee until it spills on you. And when it spills on you, it's hot. So you got to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing out here. Yeah, because this thing is getting worse. The thing's getting worse. They're finding people in the Thames, little children in the Thames. People, the little girl got killed. What? Come on, what is it? What is this about, man? What is this? Really and truly, what is this thing about? What is this thing about? The destruction of your own people. What is it about? What is it about? That's what you need to ask yourself. Do you want to live to be young and get wiped out? Or do you want to live to be old and smart and wise? And if you're walking around with a gun and a knife, you're not smart and wise. If you're walking around with narcotics or whatever on you, you're not being smart and wise. You're young. The world can open up for you. You know? We never had half of the opportunities you young people had. But we still turned out alright. But you lot got the world in front of you, but you know what you lot are doing? Big and serious. You lot are watching too much Rick Ross videos. You lot watching too much Rick Ross videos, French Montana and all that stuff, and you lot are getting fooled. Because those people, then they might talk about gang banging and this and that and they let off their clip and all that, right? They're just demonizing up the thing. And you are the little foolish person that's taking that in and believing that you want to be like that as well. When you see Rick Ross and all these other guys and all these people running around, they got security. Do you know what that means? They won't get touched. They don't have to fight anybody. No one won't come and try and do nothing to them. Because they've got security, because that means that they're scared. So why are you listening to their music and taking it in? Music is music and entertainment. It's supposed to be there to bring laughter, joy, dance, enjoy yourself. But people are listening to this thing, they're bunning their skunk, they're going out on road, and they're terrorizing people. Some of you people, I'm telling you, some of you people, you need to go into this religious thing. Yeah? Some of you people think religion is division. You can think it's whatever you want it is. The point of the matter is that what you're doing on the road right now is going to get you no place else but in the jail or in the floor. So you need to really look at your life and start changing it, yeah? Let's stop blaming this person, that person, that person, that person, and look at yourself. When you point your finger at someone like that, when you point that one finger at someone, there's these three fingers that's pointing back at you. See these three fingers here? They're pointing back at you. You've got to check yourself. So it's time for everybody to check themselves. Parents, we need to tighten up. We need to tighten up. You know, if you've got little children, if you have little children and you're taking them to someone's house or you're making them sleep at someone's house, make sure you go and check out who those parents are, what type of parents you're leaving your kids with. If your children have got friends, make sure you go and check out who those friends are and what their parents are about. If you look at white folk, let's take white folk for instance, yeah? If you look at white folk, they make sure that they do that background check on you. Yeah? Oh, Heidi's going to Kayla's house. Let me go around and see her parents and let's talk to... And they build that rapport with those parents. They build that friendship, that relationship. So they know that this is 100 who I'm leaving my kid with. It's not just about a phone number and oh, I spoke to the mum and this and that. No. You could be talking to their big sister who's acting like the mum and keeps up the shaggeries and don't really care. So you need to know what you're doing, people. We need to know what we're doing. If we want to save these little youths nowadays, yeah, you see these little youths on the road doing wrong, you need to go and approach them and tell them they're doing foolishness. Tell them to allow it. Tell them to allow it. Because all these guys, yeah, all these guys that say no one can't tell me nothing and I'm bad man, I do this and I do that. Go and sit down and have a serious chat with them and I guarantee you can find out what their weakness is. And that weakness, 10 out of 10, 9 times out of 10, that weakness is lack of love. No one's at home listening to them. Mum might be on drugs. Mum might be carrying too much man in the yard. So all they've grown up and seen is bare man coming in the yard every weekend talking about, oh, this is your uncle. Do you know what I'm saying? And no one don't really understand the pain of this thing. Because people just think that people are just moaning for moaning's sake. And no, it's actually serious. Some of the girls, some of the little girls as well, stop edging on these boys. Stop edging on these boys to get themselves into problems over you. Some of the girls, some of the little girls, yeah, are playing a part in this as well because they're hype as well. Enough of these little boys that's getting taken out as well. It's over girl sometimes. It's over girl. Yeah, so some of these little hype girls need to calm down as well. Calm yourself down, be a lady, keep calm. And some of you boys need to fall back. Fall back, because if you don't fall back, you're going to find yourself in prison. I don't want you to have to go to prison. But you need to start listening, and no one's too big to listen. So, I hope you can learn something from this. Parents, everybody, globally, yeah? Us in UK now, we need to start coming together, because I can see that there's a thing called gang, yeah, and they're going out on the streets and they're going to different areas and they're doing their thing, and I've got to say salute to them. You know what I'm saying? Big shout goes out to Patrick, you know who you are. Yeah, I see you doing your thing on Facebook, and there's a lot of people that's joining up right now because they don't want this to happen to their kids, and they don't want this to happen to nobody's kids. whatever part of London or out of London you're in, everybody's kids should be safe. Everybody's kids should be out to walk the streets without getting terrorised or getting robbed. Come on, man, what are we doing? I see some little youths walking with some big-ass choppers. Where are you going with that? Where is it that you're going with that? Who, some people, don't you know? This is what I'm going to try and tell you young people now. Don't you know that if you're walking around with a firearm or you're walking around with a machete on you, you haven't got no problems with no one. You see a guy, he looks at you, you look at him, his face is serious, your face is serious. Don't you know that you got the devil in your pocket right there? Don't you know that the devil's in your pocket right there? That's why you feel more overconfident than him, because you know what you got on you. So you're like, what? What, fam? Next minute, it is what it is. He don't know that you got something on you, so he's coming at you the same way you're coming at him. Yeah? But you feel overconfident because you know what you got on you. And then what happens? You end up in jail. You end up in jail. For what? You, man, nowadays, yeah, you got to know yourself. This is Uncle Drummer. I'm telling you straight. I'm not proud of a lot of you. A lot of you, I'm not proud of a lot of you. And this is real talk. I'm not proud of a lot of you. But there is a lot of you that I am proud of. All them people there that was in the gangs and used to do the road thing and turn around and change their life, I salute you. I give you that salute. All these people out there talking about point system and keeping up crud, you need to check yourself, blood. You need to check yourself, because you're all big in your crew when your man, them are strong and you're together and you're doing your thing. But what happens when the opposition catch you? You're going to bar like a baby. When the opposition catch you, that's when you're going to know which God you're serving. That's when God's going to be important to you. And who's saying that you're going to make it or get a next chance? Yeah? So, enough of you little man out there. I know how the thing is. I know how the thing is. I've seen it. I talk about it. You know, when you're young, you have a lovely life. When you get to like 12, 11, 12, 13, 14, that's when the peer pressure comes in and you see them start screwing up their face and their attitude changes and attitude and this and that and that and that. But you know what? What white folks do, they send their kids to karate class, rock climbing, rugby. When they see that aggression, yeah, they send them to those aggressive sports to channel that. Baseball, to channel that. But a lot of the young black guys, one parent, single parent, they can't afford to do that because their mums is doing 2 jobs, like, to put food on the table. So, as a parent, talk to your son, talk to your daughter. Find out what they want to do in life. Try and help them. Try and encourage them. I know some of you ain't got the money. Try and encourage them. But always try to keep them away from these gangs. Because most of these gangs, the people behind it is some demons. There's some demons. And man need to know that. There's some devils. Yeah? Devil. What young child in their right mind is gonna tell people to go and kill people and stab up people? For what reason? Because a man come from this side and you come from that side. Hold on a minute, you don't own none of them. You don't own none of that side. Are you the landlord? Do you own that road? Do you own them flats? So all this postcode thing is another set of stupidness anyway. You don't need to grow up, get your life in order, yeah, and stop the foolishness. Because if you don't, a lot of you is not going to make it to a certain age, and a lot of you will make it to a certain age, but you'll be locked up in Her Majesty's prison. So you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Yeah? I mean, I tell you straight, I'm not going around no corner. I don't care who's who. I don't care who thinks they're a boss and whatever. You're a devil. Yeah? And enough of these older people, they need to turn around and stop being scared. Stop knee buckling. Yeah? Stop stuttering and tell them the truth. Tell them that what you was doing back in your days is nothing to glorify, and they shouldn't be doing that and try and do something different. That's what we need to do. Music is music. There's nothing wrong with music, you know. But don't take it literally into your head. When a man says he's gang banging or he's doing this. I listen to Eminem sometimes. Talking a bag of madness. Yeah? But I know the difference between fiction and facts. Yeah? And what he's talking about is not reality to me. It's comical, it sounds cool on the track, but I'm not going to go and do that. So some of you people, maybe you need to start listening to some soul music. Yeah? Some soul music. Some African drums. Some classical music. Yeah? Some indie music. Some reggae music. Yeah? Change your vibration. Because you're listening to that same old trap, this. Don't you know say trap music? Trap music is dark music. Don't you know that? That's dark music. People that's taking drugs music. People that's depressed music. Enough of you artists is out here making battle tracks with each other and dissing each other and all that. This is what helps the thing, you know. That actually helps the thing, you know. That helps the negativity. I'm not saying that you can't make a negative tune, but if you're going to make a negative tune, let's do the stats on this, yeah? If you're going to make a negative tune, don't be afraid to go on an interview and tell a man say that's just fiction. I ain't dissing no one or whatever. I'm just making a track because that's how the lyrics come. But on a real life, yeah, like this is not a joke. People's kids are dying. So people, you need to get your mind right, man. Seriously, you need to get your mind right out over here. Like, our things spiraling out of control. Look at all those people that lost their kids. How do you think they feel? Those people that lost their kids to that gang violence and that drama and that madness, yeah, don't you think that they would like to talk to people's kids and get through and say, boy, don't pick up that and allow that? It's not cool right now being hype and being a bad boy. Bad boy thing don't work. How much bad boys do you see really become millionaires and become successful and got it all? It doesn't work. It's a lie. It's a lie. What's for sure is that you're going to hit the floor and you're going to go in the floor. And what's for sure is you're going to touch the gel and you're going to stay there. So, people, we need to check ourselves. Us as parents, us as community, governments, all that stuff. The system, you know, we need to start changing stuff. We need to start changing stuff. Yeah, and the change is now. So big up to all those people out there who's really out there trying to do something for the youth them. Yeah? Really out there trying to do something for the youth them. Enough respect to you. Don't stop doing what you're doing. But the youth them, you need to listen. Because if you can't listen, you're going to feel. You can't listen, you're going to feel. And it's going to get messy out here. It's going to get messy out here. So let's try and clean up the mess before it gets too messy and it's uncontrollable. Let's try and clean up that dust and put it all to one side. Yeah, let's try and do it. People, I salute you. You know Uncle Drummer, the favourite uncle in the world. I want to say respect to everybody. Salute. Yeah? Peace out, man. Enough love. Let's love each other, bro. Let's stop the hate. Enough love. Uncle Drumz, I'm out. Blessed.
Depths of hell is where them cowards going. Well, all you still down, holler when you see me, and let these devils be sorry for the day they finally freed me. I gotta